Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to The Source, your source for celebrity news. Check this out. Over the years, we've seen many sides of Diddy. We've seen overconfident Diddy.
I need my brain to be used like that. I got too much genius that the world needs to see and feel. Y'all got that work to do. That's why I pay everybody so I could do less work. That's the hustle. Did y'all know that's the hustle? You make enough money to pay everybody so you don't do shit, but be as happy as you can be. I want to be happy. I pay too many people. Please. That means I don't want to do shit. Walk around this motherfucker and enjoy it. Smell the flowers and all that.
We've seen cruel Diddy.
I'm starving too. You know something? I want me a piece of cheesecake. Do you know where to get the cheesecake spot is at? Yeah. And y'all can walk from here, get the cheesecake, see the city, enjoy the sights, would you? Frederick, you alright? Fred, yeah, you alright? Fred, I'm good.
This dude must be crazy. Sooner or later we gon' clash.
Yeah, word of God, my cheesecake, if my cheesecake is in the least bit soft or brittle or not on point, we'll go back.
You know what Junior's is at? Yo fam, Puffy just told us to go to the store in Brooklyn and bring him back a cheesecake and walk.
We've heard narcissistic Diddy.
I'm not here to play, and I must say this to everybody, you amnesia having motherfuckers, I done gave y'all life for motherfuckers 20 years of music. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you, yo, Jay-Z, anything I touched, anything I breathed on, executive produced, anything I thought up, anything I fucking did, whatever. You hear me? Don't play with me, boy. Nah, but I'm, hey, yo, JD, are you listening, JD? I can't hear you. I'm trying to hear you. Say something. Oh, you can't hear me? He said a lot. We heard you. Hey, nigga, we heard you. I want you to say something. Hey, yo, I'm just saying, for real, once you get, hey, yo, bro, you talking about the undeads. What are you gonna do when One More Chance drops? What you gonna do when Warner drops? I'm gonna dance. Listen, by the way, you listen, I'm a party when you play your record. Check this out. Hey, yo, I can't even let you talk, because you've been talking too much. I would not even let you know you're doing alive. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? All right. Listen, we ain't gotta talk. Hey, yo, I'm not the one. Yo, I'm the greatest. Let's go to Atlanta. I'm the greatest, nigga. What the fuck y'all talking about? I had the most number ones. I had the most number ones as an artist. I'm not even getting you as a producer.
This is the
number one. Don't do that. Stop playing with yourself. No. As an artist, I had the most. There's so many records that I broke that the world don't know. I thought you were talking about over me. As an artist, I'm talking about over me. We talking about number ones. I thought you was talking about over me. You as an artist, I applaud you. But we talking about me.
Hey, yo, Diddy, what we doing? Yo, Diddy, what we doing?
Bro, I don't even hear them play none of your shit. Hey, yo, when they go back in the crowd, I don't hear nobody play none of your shit. I heard them play. Wait. I don't hear them play no Chris Cross. Ain't nobody rocking no Chris Cross shit. I want to play.
We've seen clown Diddy.
I honestly think he's just an extreme narcissist who loves power. He loves the ability to manipulate and control people. I'm not hating on him for getting money. I'm just hating on the way he got it. And I'm hating on the overall effect of what it's done to not only the artist on his label, the artist that got shelved, the artist that got dropped. Not only that, but what he did to culture. I had heard about the Kid Cudi story, and at first I thought it was a rumor, and then I started remembering some other things that I had heard. I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of this little fucker getting away with everything. And I'm tired of people wanting or needing him, that they're willing to help the devil. Like I've been saying for years, this nigga is the devil.
And now it appears that we've even seen nervous Diddy, because according to industry insiders, P. Diddy looked mad shook and had his head on a swivel at the last industry event that he attended before the feds raided his house.
If I told you
Listen, when Flavor Flav walks by you and eggs you like you're not even there, you know something's up. They were treating P. Diddy like he was contagious. And what was up with those shoes with the rubber soles? I mean, this dude looked like he was ready to run. Oh, Diddy. Alright, so unless you've been living under a rock, you've already heard from this channel as well as others that several of P. Diddy's homes were raided by federal agents with Homeland Security investigators and other law enforcement on Monday. And Diddy's sons, Justin and Christian, who were present at his LA home, were cuffed up and detained for questioning. And then they were moved to a secondary location as law enforcement searched every nook and cranny of Diddy's residences, looking for evidence that Diddy is either the ringleader of or a major participant in an illegal sex trafficking ring. Alright, so as the raids progressed, officers could be seen carrying out several items from Diddy's homes, including several brown boxes, a few large trash bags, and also some evidence bags which were filled with items such as electronics, and also included a silver MacBook Air computer. As a matter of fact, take a quick look at what Diddy's house looked like after the feds got finished ransacking his crib. Wow, these cats left no stone unturned because as you can see, they were all up in the kids' rooms searching for stuff. And I know, somebody's gonna come in the comment section like, Sauce, Diddy ain't stupid enough to still have evidence in the crib. Listen, you never know, because Diddy was stupid enough to settle that lawsuit with Cassie 24 hours late. Do you realize that if Diddy would have handed Cassie the bag just 24 hours earlier, before that paperwork actually hit the courts, he probably wouldn't even be in this predicament right now. But because he thought that he was so much smarter than Cassie, he made a mistake. And you don't know what they're gonna find in there. I mean, if those feds actually took out the cotton swabs, we might find some essence of Ja Rule, some essence of Meek Mill, and also some essence of Usher. Oh my goodness. Hopefully, they do not find any essence of Usher in there. Okay, so when discussing the raids, law enforcement officials that were on the scene were mad tight-lipped, and they stated that they weren't at liberty to disclose the details of the investigation. But they did share that the searches were connected to an ongoing investigation that was being carried out by federal authorities in the Southern District of New York. The fact that New York is playing a point guard on this has led many people to assume that the raids were directly linked to the current allegations of SA and sex trafficking that were levied against Diddy by Cassie, Joy Dickinson Neal, Little Rod, and others. Additionally, some of Diddy's neighbors also hinted that the raids could be related to the busloads of girls that Diddy brings to the crib, which we now know has an underwater tunnel that leads from like a Hugh Hefner style grotto to God knows where.
Yeah, tell them stop bringing all the minors over here late at night. I live right next to him. He do too much. He be like buses, like big ass buses. You just see all type of shit hop out. Especially at nighttime, like around 3 o'clock in the morning. It gets wild. I'm his neighbor. When my basketball go over there, I just let it be because I don't want him out on the floor.
Oh my goodness, with neighbors like him, who needs enemies? I mean, at least the next neighbor was trying to be a little bit more tactful with it.
Ryan, where are we standing in front of right now?
We're standing in front of South Mapleton Drive in Holmby Hills.
And you live how far away from here?
About 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Talk about your experiences here and what you've seen in front of Diddy's house before.
I've seen black Suburbans, Uber drivers, private drivers between the ages of between the times around 1 to 3 a.m. Sometimes it's late, a little bit later and early in the morning. It carries over, but I've seen girls get out of the car, swimsuits, swimwear, bathing suits sometimes after the club. They could have been at the club, I thought, maybe coming to after party or whatever. I never thought anything of it, but now obviously allegations are happening that Diddy was doing this trafficking thing. Now I know what was happening at the house.
And have you yourself seen Diddy with these girls?
I've never seen Diddy. I've seen other men outside. I've seen a lot of probably 8 to 10 girls outside before, but never actually him.
So during the weekends, where's the party scene like at his house?
I've been here one Saturday or a month ago. It's been suburban, up and down the street, dropping off people. So it could have been a normal party. So yeah.
These are obviously very nice, huge, fancy homes. Typically, what is it like here?
It's parties. I mean, people throw parties all the time. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, throughout the whole week, to be honest. You can come here every on Tuesday night. There could be a 2 a.m. party going on till 5 a.m. So it's not really unexpected. Just this outcome of this party turned out for the worst.
Listen, this dude right here said that Diddy's not just partying on Fridays and Saturdays. He's got like girls jumping out of the trucks in bathing suits all week long. I mean, come on, Diddy. You gotta take a breather sometimes. Alright, so when discussing the raids on CNN, Diddy's former attorney, Mark Garagos, said that this raid on Diddy was a flex. Check this out.
Mark, where is your shockometer on this?
Well, I'll tell you, it's quite a flex. It is a shock. I've known Sean for decades, or at least over a decade. I've represented him, and I will tell you, it's a shocking turn of events. I've heard a lot of speculation. It has to do with Cassie. It's got to do with Little Rod. I would venture to say, based on doing this for over 40 years, this is warp speed when it comes to the federal government. I mean, they are known for moving at a glacial pace, and coming on the heels of the lawsuit and the settlement and Little Rod's filing and things like that. It's just, that's what stuns me, at least, is that it was done this quickly, if in fact that is what triggered the interest of law enforcement.
Look, I don't know what law enforcement actually has, if anything, but what I do know is that law enforcement does not usually plan out a multi-state flex unless they actually do have some. Because the last thing that law enforcement wants to do is walk away from this whole thing with egg on their faces. And especially during an election cycle, Now, after Justin and Christian were hemmed up by the feds, people immediately noticed that Diddy was nowhere to be found. So, people on social media immediately tried to pinpoint his location as if this was a real-life version of Where's Waldo. So, after the internet detectives jumped on the case, reports immediately began to show that Diddy's private Gulfstream jet was moving along the coast of California between Sunday, March 24th and Monday, March 25th. It eventually took off for like a real flight on Sunday evening at 5:30 p.m. post standard time, which is 2:30 Eastern Standard Time, which was 24 hours before the feds actually came knocking on Diddy's door. And then, Diddy's jet landed at Palm Springs International Airport in Florida at about 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then at about 10:30 p.m., the plane returned to the skies before landing at LA's Van Nuys Airport. Now, the next day, which was Monday, at 9 a.m. Post Standard Time, which was 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, the jet then left Van Nuys Airport once again and ended up in Antigua. This means that if Diddy was ever on that jet, and he did actually use it to get to Florida, Diddy would have had an entire 24 hours and 30 minutes to discard of any incriminating evidence that could have potentially been in that house or on that jet, because Homeland Security didn't apprehend Diddy until they caught him boarding another plane, which happened to be white, at Opa-locka Executive Airport at around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, we don't know whose private plane he was trying to board, but we do know that he was trying to board it. So, with regard to his plane, which ended up in Antigua, people are wondering why that plane went down there. Was Diddy using it as a decoy? I don't know. What I'm thinking is P. Diddy might have loaded up that plane with a couple of assets and perhaps some evidence and double parked that plane down there in Antigua just in case the feds decide to seize all of his assets. Because you know how much P. Diddy loves his darn plane.
This is not an official Diddy blog. This is a response to a recent controversy that has started online about if I in fact misrepresented myself or if I lied about actually owning a jet. Okay? This was a big thing on my gas prices too high famous blog that was reported all over the world. And now there has been an investigation launched into if I own my own jet. Someone has gone in and researched my name to see where, what name do I have my jet registered under? And in fact, do I actually own a jet? Okay, for the record, here is the truth. My jet is listed under the name Barack Obama. And I do not actually own the whole jet. I only own a wing. The truth is out now. I could not afford a whole jet. I only own a wing. And it's my wing. I worked hard for that wing, and it's my wing. So the truth is out now. I can only afford a wing. And if you're investigating it, check under Barack Obama. Bitches. Not a Diddy blog, just getting the record straight. Now go back to work and blog and talk about more important things.
Oh my goodness, P. Diddy's so smug. Anyhow, some bloggers like Milagro Grams believe that there was definitely some evidence on that plane. Check this out.
Do I believe that there's evidence on this plane? Absolutely. I absolutely believe that there was evidence on the plane. Who was on it? Can we get a breakdown of that? Because once it landed, they took a photo of it. Didn't nobody come up off that bitch? So why on the day that you got raided, did the plane fly from LA over to this goddamn island? Near locations that people are saying, they can't extradite the shit. So that's not confirmed, but it's all very interesting. Now, there are some people speculating, I see your comment, that YungMiami and them were on that jet. YungMiami and them just went on a trip, and they posted a photo and little videos getting on the plane. Now, everybody take a look at this, and please take a look at the numbers. Now, the question is, did Diddy lend YungMiami the jet? Okay? This was posted by YungMiami's best friend. She said, Jamaica dog walked me. They were in Jamaica over the weekend and shit. Take a look at the jet. That's private. That's black, correct? That looks a lot like Diddy's jet, don't it? Let's take a look again. Don't that look like his jet? And this is a photograph of the jet where it had landed at when they took a photo of it. So is YungMiami still over there fucking with Diddy? Still in the midst of everything going on? Oh, wow.
Source, can we please see a picture of the two planes side by side? I personally don't think that those are the same planes, because to me, it looks like Diddy's plane has 7 windows, but YungMiami's plane only has 5. But that's just me, and it could be the angle that the picture's taken from. Listen, take a look at the two planes and let me know what you think in the comments. And while you're down there leaving a comment, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Alright, so let's get back to what happened to P. Diddy at the airport. Shortly after being stopped, Diddy and a few others, including Brendan Paul, who was described as Diddy's drug mule in Little Rod's lawsuit, were detained and questioned. However, Diddy was not held and was later spotted by TMZ pacing back and forth in front of the customs office over there at the airport at Opalaka, looking like a lost little puppy.
I guess you wonder what's going to happen next, Diddy. I know.
Now, after Brendan Paul got arrested at the airport for having a Johnson & Johnson's white baby powder on him, a lot of people tried to say that Diddy wasn't with him and that Diddy was actually getting ready to go on spring break with his daughters. However, if you look at the picture that TMZ caught, Brendan Paul is standing right by the plane with Diddy when the feds roll up, because you can see him in the same blue hoodie that he later had on when the feds released his mugshot. So unless this dude was somewhere else in the airport and saw his man getting hemmed up and sprinted over to Diddy's plane, these two dudes were together, which begs the question, what responsible adult / parent takes their two 14-year-old daughters on spring break vacation with the 25-year-old drug mule who just so happens to have the Johnson & Johnson's baby powder on him? I mean, real talk. P. Diddy should be brought up for child endangerment charges just for having his kids on the same plane with Pablo White-Scabar. Now, interestingly enough, one of the first things that Diddy had his company, Love Air LLC, do after being released from the feds is contact FlightAware, which was one of the major companies that was tracking his jet to Antigua in real time. And a representative from the company, Kathleen Banks, stated that Diddy's company, Love Air LLC, requested for his flight information to be blocked from the site. She also said that as of now, his aircraft is not available for public tracking per request of the owner/operator. She also added that she wasn't exactly sure when Love Air LLC made that initial request for his information to be removed from the site. But FlightAware honors the request submitted through the FAA's privacy application process. See, I find this to be very interesting because Diddy wasn't concerned about his plane being tracked before, and he claims that he wasn't trying to make his great escape. So if you weren't trying to make a run for it, then what do you care whether everybody was tracking that darn plane? See, this right here is suspicious, and this makes me think that he actually was trying to make a run for it, but he didn't really think it through. But now that he's actually thinking about it, he wants to go dark so that if he ever should have to make a run for it in the future, we don't know where that plane is at. See, P. Diddy wants the option to be able to go off the grid, which as of right now, P. Diddy technically can do, because according to authorities, the feds have not placed any restrictions on his travel. Alright, so let's head back to the West Coast. A few hours after Diddy's sons were cuffed up by the feds, detained and questioned, they were later released. And footage shows that Justin arrived back to the estate at around 10:30. And then, a couple of hours later, Christian came back to the crib too. Both boys went through some stuff, grabbed up a few possessions, threw it in the cars, and then they both dipped from the crib. Now, I don't know how seriously either one of these boys are actually taking this, because footage that was taken of Christian Combs when he was leaving the crib shows that his girlfriend was in a car and she was all smiles. And footage of Diddy's other son also shows that when he jumped in his car, he didn't seem too concerned about it either. Check out what YouTuber Melanie King had to say about both boys' dispositions.
So we're going to get into this. It says Sean Diddy Combs' sons Justin were photographed fleeing the rapper's $40 million LA mansion after the Department of Homeland Security completed its raid. Footage shows Justin 30 arriving back at the estate around 10:30 p.m. And appearing to gather boxes and luggage before departing. The outlet reported that Justin arrived first to grab his belongings and King 25 arrived a couple of hours later to pick up his possessions. I don't know, it looks like a driver, some type of handler, and then there's a female there, I'm sure another handler. But she looks all, look at this, she looks all smiles, this one chick. And he even, look here, he looks, this is his son. So this is his middle son. This is the 25-year-old right here with the red scarf on, the red bandana. And then there's a female right beside him. She seems to be in good spirits despite what's going on. Do they know something we don't know? We know a lot of these people that do these types of things, these weirdos, these woke people, when they have evidence, just like Jeffrey Epstein for a long time got away with these things. I did in my last video, he has been, a lot of sources are saying that he is the new Jeffrey Epstein. He even hired Ghislaine Maxwell's attorney. Okay, and one of Osama bin Laden's conspirators attorneys. So he has connections to both, and just because people hire the same attorney, it doesn't mean that they're doing the same thing, but generally you want to hire an attorney. Ghislaine Maxwell has been represented on sex trafficking. So we know he wants somebody who can represent him on something like this. And when Homeland Security is coming after you, it's pretty serious. But it seems like this is his oldest son, Justin. He seems to be almost smirking there as though he's going to get away with this. Again, these are not children. This is a grown 30-year-old man living off daddy.
Listen, if I was one of Diddy's sons and my house just got raided by Homeland Security and I just got questioned and my father just got picked up at the airport, I don't know if I would be in the car giggling with my girlfriend, especially since Daddy Diddy Bucks could be facing up to 20 years per each count of alleged trafficking. But I think that part of the problem might be that P. Diddy sheltered these dudes so much that they don't really understand the real world. Yo, do you remember when Justin got into a fight with his friend and he tried to flex and told dude that he represents Mount Vernon? Check this out.
Niggas don't respect you enough to listen to you. What are you talking about? Nigga, when they found Twist 12 hours, niggas was gonna blow his. That's twist. Do you understand it? This a vid? No.
Bro, this is archive. Nobody. This ain't
I'm
going
just saying,
nowhere.
that's cool. It's a call, bro. That's cool. Niggas don't respect your call, my nigga. Okay. You just pulling niggas car. Niggas say you not from the block, my nigga. Where you from? I'm from Mount Vernon, nigga. Okay. And what's up, nigga? What's up? So shake it then. It's okay, way too much. You're doing too much, bro. You're doing way too much. I'm saying like you're doing too much. I'm not turning down the show, bro. Come over here, nigga.
This is classic.
First off, everybody and their mother knows that Mount Vernon is money-earning Mount Vernon. So, trying to act hard and saying, I'm from Mount Vernon, ninja, is like saying, I'm from the Poconos. I'm from Vatican City. I'm representing Disney World, ninja. Get out of here with that. But this does go to show that Diddy's sons who really rep Homely Hills, Los Angeles, think they're mad hard. But let me get back to the topic at hand, because I swear, I could roast Diddy's sons forever. Alright, so one day after the raids took place, one of Diddy's attorneys, Aaron Dyer, released a statement in which he condemned the raids and said, yesterday there was a gross overuse of military-style force as search warrants were executed at Mr. Combs' residences. There is no excuse for the excessive show of force and hostility exhibited by authorities or the way his children and employees were treated. Mr. Combs was never detained, but spoke to and cooperated with authorities. Despite media speculation, neither Mr. Combs nor any of his family members have been arrested, nor have their ability to travel been restricted in any way. This unprecedented ambush, paired with an advanced coordinated media presence, leads to a premature rush to judgment of Mr. Combs and is nothing more than a witch hunt based on meritless accusations made in civil lawsuits. There has been no finding of criminal or civil liability with any of these allegations. Mr. Combs is innocent and will continue to fight every single day to clear his name. Listen, this is what I think. I think that if Diddy wants to prove his innocence and get out of this unscathed, either the feds are going to have to come back and say that after a thorough investigation they found no evidence of wrongdoing, or Diddy's going to have to take one or more of these SA cases all the way to court so that a jury of his peers can actually really weigh the evidence and deduce whether or not he committed these crimes that his accusers are alleging that he committed. I mean, because at this point, settling cases just won't do. And whatever Diddy does, he better make sure that Touré doesn't get up on that stand, because I swear, this week, Touré was blowing up Diddy's spot. Check this out.
I was personally disturbed many years ago, okay? I know this man well enough to call him and say, hey, I need a favor.
Yeah.
And this might have been 10, 12 years ago that I called him and say, hey, I have a family member who I want you to hire them as an intern.
Yeah.
And I have never talked about this publicly. And he said, yes. and they were flying around, one of the interns, Atlanta, Miami, whatever, on the jet, in the house, whatever. And then the internship stopped abruptly, like 3 or 4 months into it.
Yeah.
And I spoke to my family member, like, well, what happened? And they wouldn't say.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why did it end? It wouldn't say. And years later, they finally came out, and this is a male, and said that Puff had said, come home, stay the night with me, or the internship is over. And they said, absolutely not. He said, absolutely not. And the internship ended. But from there, I was like, oh, like this is how it goes. Okay.
You know something? Torre's story doesn't even surprise me, because this isn't the first time that I've heard something like that. As a matter of fact, I was talking to a music producer, and they told me that they were working with this chick, and she was getting ready to sign with Diddy. But Diddy told her, you can have the contract as soon as you bring me some girls. All right, was I there to see that with my own eyes and hear it with my own ears? Absolutely not. But what I will say is that I really do trust that particular music producer. Now, a while back I dropped a video where I told you that Diddy is essentially asset rich and cash poor. And people were like, no, Source, you don't know what you're talking about. Well, apparently I do, and that's why Diddy has now sold off Revolt, because he needs the liquid cash to help him defend himself against all of these cases. And I also think that it's safe to say that he's also shifting around his assets and his dough to make sure that if it really goes down, really goes down, the feds don't have like unfettered access to his assets. Now, even though sources have not revealed who purchased Revolt, they do say that Diddy sold the company to someone who shares a deep passion for black culture. I wonder who it could be. I really don't know, but something in my spirit is telling me that it's either Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry, 50 Cent, or Byron Allen. But, like I said, that's sheer speculation. I have absolutely nothing to back that up except my gut. But let me know what you think. Who do you think that P. Diddy sold Revolt to? Let me know in the comments. But remember that the person has to have deep pockets and a deep passion for black culture. I'm telling you, if 50 Cent turned around and got Revolt on a discount, then he's going down as the best businessman ever. Listen, let me know what you think about the feds raiding Diddy's house, cuffing up his kids, seizing the electronics, and catching him at the airport with his alleged drug mule who just so happened to have the Johnson & Johnson's baby powder on him. And also, let me know what you think about Diddy selling Revolt TV to someone who respects black culture, and also his attorney saying that the Diddy raids of 2024, a day that will go down in infamy, were a gross misuse of unnecessary force, because this is nothing more than a witch hunt. Let me know what you think about all of that in the comments, and while you're down there leaving a comment, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel and share this video with your friends. Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source, your source for celebrity news. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Peace.